Beach. I just left Noosa about 10 miles back, and I experienced huge winds, 25 knot westerlies, and I've come into Rainbow Beach. I'm sneaking round the head of a double island point here, and on my way to the Wide Bay Bar, the infamous Wide Bay Bar. And you see me here kitting up with I eventually get all my oilskins on. I've got my harness on, and I've had the waypoints in my navionics, but I've also got the waypoints in my marine Garmin plotter, and approaching the start of the Wide Bay Bar in ideal conditions. Light winds, 2 hours before high tide, and 1 meter, about 1.5 meter swell. According to the swell buoy, it was safe to go in. There were several yachts ahead of me, and I thought we might stick together, but they all left me behind. They didn't worry about little 25-foot Skybird. They just motored off at high speed. I motor sailed for safety, even though it was quite light, just in case. There were swells breaking all around, and the middle part is like a wine glass. It narrows, and it's very flat, these images, but the swells were quite big, and it would only take one of them to break, and Skybird would be quite engulfed. Looking southwest towards the shore at Inskip Point, and by this stage I'm getting pretty confident, and I'm in the last part here, approaching Inskip Point, just getting inside the Great Sandy Straits after crossing the Mad Mile, the famous Mad Mile. And I've done it, basically. Here I am, I'm approaching the anchorage. Still wary though, because it's very shallow, and the actual sand spit that sticks out from the mainland south of to the left here. So to the right is Fraser Island, and to my left is the mainland, Inskip Point. And I'm going to, after a long day, a hard day we're fully reefed crossing Rainbow Beach. It was pretty full on. I couldn't film it, it was too rough. But this is where Skybird's near 50% stability ratio really came into its own. So she really held up really well, and so did the skipper. So I was really pleased just to make it. This is really a dream come true, to make it to the Great Sandy Strait, and to contemplate what I've achieved. It was how long was it? 2 days out of from when we left the north end of Moreton Bay, and it was quite long and quite tiring, and it was a bit nerve-wracking having to anchor off Noosa Beach. They're completely exposed, but I wanted to rest and get the tide right for the approach into the Wide Bay. I didn't go into the Double Island Point Lagoon, because there is no lagoon. It was disappearing when I was passing. This was when was this? Late July, was it? And dropping the anchor now in the Inskip Point, digging it in. It's sand here, so giving it a good dig in with the old Freddie Mercury at full speed. And yeah, mission accomplished, really. It's amazing to have actually made it to the Great Sandy Strait, all the way from Sydney in little Skybird over the last few seasons, looking north through the Great Sandy Strait. And as the camera pans here, we pan west up Tin Can Bay, where we'll be going next, and to explore this whole region over the next few weeks, with the thought of all this beautiful cruising ahead. Fantastically exciting on Skybird.